Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my show. I am very excited because today we have the very first Man of Purpose interview. Yeah, 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 yeah. My first guest for today is sitting here, and I'm going to introduce him. I'll first start with myself. My name is Nadira Jansen, and as you all know me, I'm a woman of faith, a woman of visions, thoughts, and dreams. Meaning, I believe that we all have been blessed with talents and gifts to fulfill a divine purpose here on earth. I created this YouTube channel to inspire you and all the other ladies and men out there to know that you all have purpose. I also believe that we have been set apart to be the light of the world, the salt of the earth, and to represent God's character here on earth. We all have a calling on our life, each and everyone in their own lane. So the purpose of this interview is to interview as many men and women of purpose to inspire others to step out in faith and to do what God has called them to do. And for today, I have a guest, and he is a husband, he is a father. He is a man of jokes, he is a man of stories. He is a photographer, he is a journalist. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Auke VanderHoek.
Hello.
Hello, Auke.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
There is a word that Auke always uses, and I want to open actually the show with this word. So, Auke, I'm going to surprise you with your own words. Coffee?
Yes, please.
Hello, Auke.
Hello.
Thank you for being part of our show today. Tell us, what is the story behind that word coffee? Because you use it everywhere on your social media platform. After you write a poem, share with us the story behind that word coffee.
Well, not after a poem, but in general with a lot of stories, short stories that I post on social media. It's a phrase. It's a phrase that I use. I learned it from my mom. If anything went the way it should not go, or when disaster happens or something, you have a big fight and you can't get out of the fight, coffee. So you messed up like we did. So we did the recording and the sound broke down. No sound. You can get frustrated in life. You can frustrated at equipment. You can also say, Nadira, time for some coffee. Coffee.
Yeah. No.
And then or you get a big assignment and you get, that's a whole lot of work. First thing, coffee. And that's the word. And it's a powerful phrase and it gives people a smile.
Yes, it's a powerful word. Because exactly what he said, we had our first interview and we were talking and we did the interview for I think an hour and the sound wasn't working. So that coffee really helped.
Yes.
Yes.
So now you can hear us.
Yes.
So next time, coffee.
Auke, I already gave a short introduction of who you are. Can you share with the audience who is Auke VanderHoek?
I'm 44 years old, according to my wife. She found me sometimes childish. I take that as a compliment on this age. But I'm 44 years old. I live for 23 years in Amsterdam Zuid. I have one son, 16 years old, and for lion's share I raised him by myself as a single parent. And now I'm married to a beautiful young lady, wife, that's 2 years younger than me, and that I met on my university, as you say, college, and but then she rejected me, and 17 years later she saw me and hooked me, this VanderHoek, and now we're married and we have a daughter that's 2 years old since yesterday. Beautiful. So we're a mixed family, like Alicia Keys is singing, and we're totally happy. And I'm a writer and journalist, photographer, published my first book with my poems, and keep on writing and try to do what I'm supposed to do and living my purpose and start walking my blessings and into the battlefield to get the victory that we need to get.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Auke, when did your faith walk started?
When I was a teenager, I already discovered that there's something more in life that we can see and we can hear, we can feel, but we can't comprehend with our human mind. And of course, I love music, still love music, and I was totally into hip hop, and I discovered there's something more. I did not figure out how it worked, but then when I was 20, around my 20s, I got a big life crisis, and I saw the light. To my belief, I saw God, and God was talking to me, do not give up, I have a special mission for you. And then you're okay, I will not give up, but what is the special mission? What's the purpose? He won't tell. And he will only show you in years. And okay, I knew, okay, God does exist. And looking, but what is God? What is religion? What is faith? And 20 years later, I had another life crisis. And then I surrendered myself to Jesus, and Jesus came into my life. And then I figured out how everything works and understood it. It's just like, definitely, you buy something at IKEA or you buy a new equipment, you first start to dial and play stuff, you do not want to read the manual. Then you figure out let me first start reading the manual, and then I never knew there was a button to do this, to do that, to understand a word of anything.
Yes.
How does it work? Follow the, IKEA is very easy with the comics, but with everything, know the science behind it.
Yeah.
Start to understand it, and then you can freely let it flow. And that was, it takes some years, a lot of falling down, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of love. And but I'm getting there.
Yes. It's a journey.
Definitely, and it's a journey worth to take.
Amen.
Definitely.
Amen.
And it's not an instant journey. It's not instant satisfaction. You have to work in it. You have to walk. It's a walk in faith. Do not slander. Do not run. But walk in faith. You have to walk.
Yes.
And then you will get there. And, how are you going to get there?
Yes.
It's a mystery to everybody, but you will meet people. You will meet Nadira, for example.
Well, I also believe it's true, as the word says, ask and you shall be given, seek and thou shalt find, knock and the door shall open, or it's the other way around.
Yeah, well, if you do not seek, you will not find.
Yes.
If you stumble into it.
Yes.
Like they say, if you do not know where you're from, you do not know where you go. But if you do not know where you go, you can't get lost. That's also, but you need to go out there, find your purpose, discover life, discover love, discover faith, and lift up.
Yes. Auke, so we just mentioned you are a photographer, you are a journalist, so you have creative skills.
Yes.
And you can learn skills in school and you can develop your talents, but a gift goes deeper. Can you mention with us what is that gift that comes naturally to you?
And naturally it comes to me is to look, to watch what's happening, to observe, and to discover, and to witness, and to say hey Nadira, did you see this, did you see that, did you see this happening? And my skill is to see it, understand what's happening, and to put it in plain text, so you can understand. In Dutch you say in Jip and Janneke taal. To put, like Einstein would say, if you do not know how to explain it in simple words, you do not have skills to comprehend the material, the knowledge. The phrase goes a bit different, but you understand what I mean. And that's my skills. And that when I discovered I was 30 or something, that I really discovered I'm a journalist, I'm a storyteller. So that's what makes me happy, that's what I'm good in. And okay, I'm very bad in spelling and grammar and stuff. I have a feeling for words, but do not put me down on D's or T's. That's why I have coffee, no D's and T's. Do not put me down on that one. But let somebody else correct the text.
Yes.
I will get the story and I'll get the flow. I will get the aroma, the color and stuff.
Yes.
And I have a feeling from what is important, what is not.
Yes.
To keep the focus.
Yes.
And when I discovered that, I also discovered that I do it best with vision and to tell a story with a photo. And I discovered the first thing I learned how to write was the word kijken, kijk. That means look and looking. And so, God works in mysterious ways. And afterwards, with the wisdom, met de wijsheid achteraf, how to translate that one in English. It all makes sense.
Yes.
And at the end, it's okay. At the end is good. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Very simple.
Yes.
And that's what I discovered. And why do I love to write and to make photos? I cherish so much what's being created in front of me, in front of you, in front of what you witnessed. And I can tell, do you know that around the corner in your town there's a sister called Belita? So fine, so for beautiful things she does. And here in Amsterdam, look at Corrie. She does so much beautiful things and organize events and also very private single-alongs, singograms, concerts. It's so beautiful, and I want to share. I want to tell people from you really can enjoy what's quality and is high value. But you have to get out of the door. Stop watching the telly. Stop watching YouTube. This you need to keep on watching this one. And go out, speak to people, say, share a smile, say hello to somebody, share also your pain, private stuff, keep it private, but also I noticed that I'm strong enough to share my pain. I shared when the mother of my son was leaving us, I had a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow. And I shared my pain and frustration on Facebook. And people, there were people that said, why are you doing this? And that you should stop doing this. But for every single person who said, you have to stop, there were 10 people that said, thank you for sharing me. Because you're boosting my self-esteem and you make me smile. And you make me going on. And that's why I noticed, okay, there's something important happening over here.
Yes.
And
there's power in vulnerability.
Yes.
And being authentic.
True. And everybody has pain. Everybody has sorrows.
Exactly.
And the neighbor, the man and woman next to you has pains. Smile. Give him a smile of recognition. Do not make fun out of him. Of course, you can have fun out of a stupid accident
craziness
or okay, that's quite stupid that you just did. But do not make fun out of the person, but make fun with it. That was quite stupid. Have coffee.
There's some very powerful things that you just mentioned. That we as people, we need one another, we need each other. So that's why it's important that we go out, that we communicate with one another, not behind our cell phones, not behind the computer, but like real talk, like real conversations like we are having right now.
Yes, and that is the, you need to interact with other people. First of all, you want to meet your spouse, you want to know that you one and only lover, and your wife or your husband. There are 7 billion people out there. If you're going to sit on your couch or behind your tablet, it's a swipe, yes, good, not good, not yes, good. You need to interact. You need to interact. I need to do something about my breath. Or let me do this or that. You need to learn if you made the wrong comment. Okay, dislike or like. You need to be able to get the social skills from, okay, I said something stupid, how I'm going to apologize, or how I'm going to turn it on, okay, I'm going to put it in the right way.
Do you think, like, with social media and with the dating apps that we have nowadays, that people are becoming lazy in socializing and going out and really getting to know somebody?
Yes and no. It's the same phrase with, in Dutch you say, Geld is een goede dienaar, maar is een slechte meester. Money is a good servant, but a very evil master. Social media like this, and also the dating site where I met my wife, is a very good servant. I can get out. I do not know. I do not need mass media anymore. I can go out to you and I can follow you. I can follow what's happening in Rotterdam or in Copenhagen or in Maastricht. Just name anything. Like Chuck D from Public Enemy said, hip hop is the black CNN. Social media empowers us to get to knowledge quickly and to share. But hold up, there's also a lot of poison going on. You have people that need to go to the hospital. We have a heart attack, we need to go to the hospital. Tom. And they die because why? They couldn't find a way to the hospital because the machinery doesn't work.
Yes.
People can't navigate anymore because they have navigation.
Yes.
Progress in stupidity. And that is,
Yes.
And then if you can't think by yourself, if you can't, if Nadira is telling somebody says Nadira is doing this and this and this, but social media also gives me the power for Nadira, what's up, what's happening, and then I can say, well, I asked Nadira, and you're full of the BS, you know, somebody's. You can step out and get information and get in contact. That's a good thing. The bad thing is simply, now tell me the phone number of your mother. It doesn't work.
It is true. Because what you just mentioned with the money, it is good. You can use it to get some information, but it goes the wrong direction. If it's leading you, if it's taking control over you, and it also can make your brains lazy.
True, exactly that. Because how many people, you will have a time that people need to dial 112 or 911 in America, and they, where's the speed dial? Well, how much speed do you need for 112? And then you still have people that are asking, where's the 11?
Yes.
That's the whole thing.
Yes.
There's a nice phrase. If you have enough money to have enough food on your table, do not build a wall around it, build along a table. Share.
Beautiful.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes. It's not mine. It's not mine though.
For how long now have you been an entrepreneur?
Since my teenagers, because I started in Hippo magazine. I started doing it on the copy machine of my father. And to make a magazine, you need to pay a printer, or you want to sell adverts, and you want to sell to customers, and then you need value added tax number, and you need a chamber of commerce. So, right, let's have a business. Since then I have a business where you can put as freelancer a lot of stuff in there. And for years I had a first Dutch national hip hop magazine, on-brand magazine. I stopped that one when I was a bit tired of it, because I was a totally fan about iced tea and stuff. And then 50 cents came. 50 cents are nice, but I heard it all before. Let's move on.
Yes.
And because of Gangstar, with Guru and DJ Premier, I became very more involved into jazz. You're becoming a bit older. I love Public Enemy still, and I love the old records, but when I'm working, there will be jazz on and a lot of gospel, but gentle. And in church I will go totally berserk. Hallelujah, and praise the Lord, and work on gentle, more gentle. Because you're getting a bit older. And then, yo, Bob rush the show. Well, you have to write a nice, polite email to some customer that's not. You can't have that. 50 cents is like many men. It doesn't work in business to put that one on when you have to write nice stuff.
Well, I also sometimes get the idea that the entertainers out there, like the rappers, what they are doing exactly is entertaining, because sometimes, for example, I'm not so like all into the rap artists, but when you observe them and then you see they are writers, and they know a lot of I was never a fan of Tupac, but I once saw some things passing by of him on YouTube, and actually I was listening to his conversation because he was having conversations with certain people, and I was like, wow, there is some really, really wise words in what he's saying.
The same thing I have with Eminem. I can't listen to him. Too much cursing. But he is a very skillful rapper. One of the few rappers that still amaze me is Rakim from Arabian Rakim. Beautiful lyrics. And too many lyrics right now is I. Bring something new to the table.
Yes.
But Tupac Shakur is a beautiful poet. I have his book, The Rose That Grew from Concrete at Home. And I knew him from as dancer from Digital Underground. And like Common Sense and Ice Cube said to him, yeah, Tupac is a thug life and a gangster. But who made him gangster? And entertainment is entertainment. A lot of people misunderstand entertainment is not being the image of gangster and being tough on the streets. No, it's to entertain people. People pay you to entertain them. Well, McDonald's does and Kentucky Fried Chicken and the whole 9 yards do the same. They give you fast food, but is it good food? Doubtful. Is it good music to listen to? It doesn't challenge your mind. Doesn't give you the feeling. Or do you get what turns you on when you're 15 or 18, or when you're young and rough, and when you're angry, it's something else than me as a father with broken nights. I have a small. My daughter's 2 years old. And for 2 years, the broken nights. Put me something gentle, something mellow, what feeds me.
Something that feeds your mind, your brain.
The melodies, that's okay, well, what's happening over here? I'm a creative person. I need to be triggered with something new that gives, the old is still fine, but I've been there, done that.
You want something new,
like,
another level.
Yeah, every Suriname party you go, it's the same Suriname food. Beautiful food, nice. But it's always the same. I have Suriname friends that always get into fights with the family when they have a party and they do not serve Suriname food. And they say, we want to try something else. Hey, I know Suriname food. It's beautiful, it's nice, it's fine. But I love Greek food too. Italian food. French food, nice. Chinese food.
I keep inventing.
German food, I can't. Sausage? Something, but worst. English food also. But I mean, go out.
Be innovative.
If you do not refresh your marriage, your relationship, if you always do the same thing, life is getting boring. Surprise your husband, surprise your wife, surprise your girlfriend, and
we need that. We need that for our brains, or else you just get into this cycle, and the human brain needs to be triggered. It needs to be surprised.
And if it's being trained to grow, it needs to growing, and it's fine to grow. And it's like keep on telling the same joke.
Auke.
Yes.
What did it take for you as an entrepreneur to step out and to do something with the talents and gifts that you have?
Oh, a lot of years. First of all, I started with writing and photography to witness what was happening and to tell you, hey, this is happening and you can't buy this product with it. And she published a book, go buy her book, she's still for sale. Buy it and go to Corrie, buy her CD, go to Belita, buy her CD, go to Deems performing in Italy, go see the people that you can touch and feel and smile and share, support those, and enjoy the creative process. That's where I came from. And I never had the idea of, okay, let me step into the spotlight. No, not to me. But I started writing poetry and then tried it out, and nice. And then a sister of mine that does a lot of good shows asked me to perform 2 poems at an evening that she organized, and 2 sisters came to me and said, we want to buy your poems. And I was looking at, good, selling something is good, but how? Gonna sell 2 poems. So let me think about that one. So I went home, I sat in my home office, looked at my brother, it's the printer that I have, And so, okay, if I print this and that, and how did I do it with my magazine back in the days? And then the booklets. Okay, I can make a booklet with the stuff that I have, because I have a machine, I can fold the paper, and the stempler didn't work, but okay, needle and then look at YouTube, that's the good thing about social media. How do you bind a book? And I start selling them. I said, if you like it, pass me €10. If you don't like it, give it away to somebody else or give it to me. And that's crowdfunding. Don't do difficult, just start selling stuff. And okay, how much is it if we go to a publisher and publish it? And how much if we're going to do it ourselves? Okay, if we're going to invest in ourselves, well, there went the holiday money, but we invested. And then you have to do the first step.
Yes.
But before I came to the first step, I was always asking for, okay, you want to say that I have to publish my book, my writings and my poetry, but I have always the question, when was the last time you bought a poetry booklet or book? I never bought. So why should I do then all the effort to do it? But like Auke VanderHoek also says and states to everybody, you have to become who you are because somebody else needs you to be in that position. If you do not fulfill your purpose, you will miss out your purpose for me. If I can't be a good guest in your show, you can't have you have it more difficult to have a good show. I publish something, but if I do not have a connection, somebody that I can be in somebody's show and talk, I'm missing out. That rang a bell with me. And there was the son of our pastor. My pastor is Pastor Stanley Hofwijks from Maranatha Church Ministries. And his son, John Hofwijks, had a very good preach. And he said, you need to, if you want to get the victory, you need to step into the battle zone. You need to step into your victory. Victory can't be given to you if you don't do jack. If you don't do, if you're lazy on the couch, you're being blessed, but you have to collect your blessings. You have to the joke, if you want to have children, if you do not go out to a date and have a wife, it's difficult. One and one is three in this case. You need to go food something. And that rang a bell with me, and also for 25 years, for 20 years, the push, I need to publish, there's something telling me, God is telling me, I'll go there. And I was always holding myself back, but why should I publish? And all the people that I came across that could be a partner said, okay, but then we're going to sell this and we're going to sell that. I said, no, I want to publish because I have something to show, to tell, not something that I want to sell. Sell is how everything is being financed, but I do not want to speak to you because I want to sell you something. I want to speak to you because I'm interested in you and want to know who you are, and maybe I have a story to tell. That's the purpose. And then, okay, and I always had fun. We always have to go together. Okay, let's go together, you do this. I always dreams, I could always make up plans for how other people could make money. But to fill for myself. But one of my strongholds that I stumbled into was I always wanted to go together, and I learned you need to go. God, Abba, Abba is talking to me. Auke, you need to go that way. And you're finding excuses not to go that way. On good intent. You need to go that way. And now I'm okay. And now I understand. I need to go that way. And things start to move. You figure out, hey, I know a lot. I'm a lot better in software for building up a company, building up designing and publishing, all the stuff. You learn it, and also people that I always had this thing what I need to do in the book, but I do not know how. So well. As I'm a publisher again, start writing, show me the script, and we can see if I can publish it. Because I'm not the big guy in the Grachtengolf in Amsterdam in the Ivory Tower that needs to make a lot of money out of your book. Because I'm in the hood, so I don't have an expensive rent, but also my life costs a lot low. Because I have a very happy, peaceful, joyful life. But I can say, okay, I put some. I can say I put my money where my mouth is, and let's do this, and we will see where it goes.
Yes. I like what you say about you had to go, because sometimes we want to take people along the way in walking out our purpose.
But
because
it's your purpose.
yes, because you want everybody. You want to take everybody with you. You're so excited.
Yes.
But sometimes not everybody is willing to make those efforts, and they're holding you back. And your purpose is your purpose.
Yes, and also what I noticed, I did not. Well, it sounds very unfriendly to say that I have skills that somebody else hasn't. But I always figured out, because my brothers are very smart and very intelligent, very skillful in what they do, and it's akakadabra for what they do.
Yes.
And I look up to them, but I can't do what they do.
Yes.
So I said, if I am able to write something down or to do something to make a picture, well, at least you need to be able to do it too. It can't be that difficult. It's a learning process, but also exception that of how to accept yourself. You have skills somebody else can't.
Yes.
You're good in something somebody else can't.
Yes.
Yes, it is a reason why you're the only one that asks the right question in the so-called wrong moment. You're the only one that says, wait, this is wrong, we shouldn't go that way, we should go that way, go up against the stream. Like the brand, just do it and be brave enough to to lose everything for something you believe in. Okay, it's not. I mean, you know the whole Sinterklaas and the Black Pete thing. From a teenager, I knew from it's wrong. This, but now I'm bold enough to say it's wrong. Well, a lot of you get over it. But are you being bold enough to say it is wrong?
Yes.
It doesn't make.
Yes.
You can't correct wrong with wrong. What is wrong is wrong. Maybe you don't have the right answer. Maybe you don't know how to do it correctly. But if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yes.
Are you able to stand out, take a stand, and also be brave enough to say, I do not have the right answer.
Yes.
But I'm curious enough and smart enough and humble enough to learn and to figure my way out.
Yes.
To give an example, and that's also fair. Also, if you start walking in your victory, in your purpose, in your blessings, if you confess your calling, if you confess that you believe in Jesus Christ, ain't nobody said it's going to be easy. If you walk to the valley of shadows, it doesn't say in the Bible that it's not nerve-wracking. But you will get there.
Yes. Well, Jesus said it exactly. He mentioned like life is not gonna be easy, but He will be with us.
Yes.
He will be with us. He will never leave or forsake us.
Yes. Amen to that. And that is also what makes life fun.
Yes.
What is it that you are sad and you're painful, and there's a friend of yours that comes to collect you and that is there for you and that says, we got you.
Yes.
I have a lot of experience that my friends had me.
Yes.
But also, I can only be a good friend to them if I'm the one who I need to be.
Oh, yes. And that's why your connection is so important. And what you were mentioning.
The Wi-Fi.
Yes. And stand for what you know what is right. Stand for righteousness. Make a stand. Yeah. So a few years ago, you became a Christian. You surrendered your life wholeheartedly to God. So I can imagine that your perspective on life, on relationships, and on business changes. How has it changed your perspective on how you do business now?
It makes me stronger. When I was growing up, I already had my principles, and convictions, and stuff. Okay, I can stay true to that. For example, we went to a discotheque with the whole group, and only the whites could get in. The general of the whites went in, but I was if my friends can't get in, I won't go here. You know that the people around you are changing.
Yes.
It becomes a lot less white.
Yes.
But you still, well, that's life. But as a principle, also with photography, I could photograph house music or this or that, fashion, it's not what is interesting me.
Yes.
What is interesting me was hip hop and what's created and jazz and stuff. But there's not a whole lot of money in it. Okay, but what do you choose? Well, I'm not gonna use. I try to make the best possible thing I can and try to sell it as good as possible. I'm not gonna figure out what is selling the best and try to make that. There's a difference. And now as a Christian, I also know from, if you look at my site, you say working hours, we work 24/6, not 7. We run for you, but we do not run crazy for you. We go the extra mileage, but we do not work on Sunday in general. In general, Sunday, everything is off. Even my wife says, but then she thinks about Monday. But tomorrow, deadline is a Monday, then we worry about on Monday. And that's what my intention is also very publicly. We stayed on my side. We're in church. If you don't have anything with Jesus, fine. I had Nadira, is the correct English. But come along and join. You can speak with us and stuff, but not work. On Monday you can start talking about work. Sometimes it happens that you have to work on Sunday, and we change days. Okay, then another day in the week. One day a week.
You just keep it, you put it on the sides for God, for your family.
Yes. And also, it turns, for example, I'm a freelancer. That means a lot of time that you don't have anything to do, and a lot of times they do too much to do. But I was on Friday before some holiday. I had no money in the bank account. I was still a single dad, and no assignments coming in, and had no work to do at the moment. And I thought by myself, well, I can start worrying. I was worrying, but then a phrase from the Bible popped up and said, "You can't. It doesn't make sense to add any worry to." I don't know how it says in English. And so, okay, that's one. And then I was thinking about how to make sense of what makes sense. It's also a lyric from Talib Kweli, Almost Deaf, one of the two. And then there came a poem into me, and I said, okay, I wrote it down, I played along with the words, and I thought, okay, wait, I'm gonna SMS that, text that, and type it even out on a paper and an envelope. I'm gonna give it to people. And I thought, okay, give a smile, make some people laugh. And the reactions I got as feedback was so incredible, so impressive. So, well, that can't be me. There's something bigger in play here. And there was one good friend of mine that was standing on the subway that I SMS text from, do you have 10 cents? And she was worried, 10 cents? Yeah, I will give it to you when I will see you. And then I gave the poem, and as a reaction I get back, that was just what I needed. I had so bad day at office, and I was so downwards, depressed, and you came with 10 cents, and Auke asked for 10 cents.
Wow.
And then he gave me a poem that made me smile, made me laugh. Same thing in the supermarket. I run into a friend and I say, hey, do you have 10 cents? Why do you need 10 cents? And I sell you a poem. And okay, she bought the poem and she had to laugh, so she cracked up big time. There were all the feedbacks. So, okay, something is happening over here. And then the story again, people ask me from, can I buy your, the letter that I was holding, can I buy your paper? I made it into a book.
So that was obviously God's hand over your gift.
Yeah, I say so.
Yes.
I believe so. I say so, and it makes me so humble. Maybe it doesn't look like it, but so humble that I want to crawl through the concrete floor over here. From wow, this is impressive. This is amazing.
Well, there's also a scripture that says, "Our gift makes room for us." So it says, "My gift will make room for me," or "Your gift will make room for you, and your gift will bring you before great men." So when you step into your gift, God will open the doors, and so that's very powerful. Yes.
It often happens that I just flabbergast something out and say something, and then afterwards I'm amazed how I hit the nail on the head without even noticing at the time being that there was a nail and I was hitting something, or I did ask the right question. And that makes me so humble for
Yes.
It's not.
Yes.
It's not me.
Yes.
Definitely sure it's not me.
And it's also.
I enjoy to write it. I enjoy to publish
Yes.
it. Layout.
Yes.
But every time I get the feedback, and every time something happens, and if I get into a conversation,
Yes.
I'm so thankful for
Yes.
something is happening. I'm learning and I'm experiencing and witnessing
Yes.
here. And hallelujah.
Yes.
Praise the Lord. That is.
And that's also what you were mentioning earlier, how important it is for us to obey and to do what God has called us to do, because you are then being a blessing to somebody else.
True.
And you don't know in what circumstances or situation that person might have been.
True.
And so that's why it's important for you to step out in your purpose,
True.
so that another person can also be in their or her purpose. So yes, so that we all work together to the plan of God.
Yes, and you do not need to know what God's plan is, but you need to know that if God is talking to you, you will know. And it's not the voice of a great old man. You know. And if you're not sure, check it.
Yes.
It will, how do you call it? It will be confirmed a couple of times.
Auke, of course, we are not going to leave this question out. How has walking with God changed your perspective on relationships?
Big time. I couldn't stand the word marriage. Could not imagine what marriage was. And but I wanted to have a sexy lady. I wanted to have children. I want to have love going on the whole late night. I want to have the lady on the streets, and you know the rest. And I wanted to be in a relationship, but I did not want to commit myself to marriage. But I got the hand on it on how to introduce myself to a lady and and somebody asked me, oh yeah, what I want to have children, and I first want to get married, and then the marriage, and then it's okay. Something is wrong here. God is telling me something. I need to go study what it is. And at the same time, I was at Miss Charm election, and Miss Charm is a Miss competition, but without a bathing suit. You need to be sharp looking, but you need to also be copy intelligent. And instead of bathing suits, they had wedding dresses. Now I was sitting backstage, and there was a lady coming, and there's no lady walking like she's going to the street corner in a wedding dress, walking to me, very glamorous, straight to me, and I was, if this is the feeling as a man being in front of the altar, I'm going to sign up. She was followed by 20 others, it's a bit too much. And then I discovered I was sitting on the makeup table. Okay, there goes my ego. But I was, okay, I'm on to something. And I had a spontaneous date with a good girlfriend of mine, friend, that's now living in Bijlmer, Suriname. And she was complaining about the trouble she had with men and husbands, if her husband with men and boyfriends and stuff. And I was talking about what's this issue with marriage. And I came across, we don't have it over here, but you have oil, you have salt, you have olive and pepper, and the whole 9 yards, and the toothpicks. You have to get it in one holder. So what we are doing, those who do not want to get married, all the single items, try to hold it like this, because you can't hold it in one hand, so you hold it in two hands, and then you try to move away, try to open the door, you know. And you know from experience, because you did it before, if one thing drops, everything drops, and the door is still closed. And I said, but marriage is the thing that holds everything together. And then you can hold it with one finger, 2 fingers, or even with your pinky. And if you hold it in your pinky, you have one arm free. You can say, for example, move away, or you can protect. You can open the door. But everything, that is marriage. It's the container that holds. It's the that is God. Keeps it together. I said that, and she was so, wow, impressive. And I was looking from, wow, did I just say that? From again, it's not me. That can't. I mean, I know myself. I know what I did study. I can't be that smart. I found it very powerful words, and I was amazed by it. And that is why I went to study marriage. And I was dating, so now and then I discovered how beautiful women are, and how tasteful, and the whole 9 yards. But also discovered do not follow the thing in your legs, follow your heart and follow God.
Yes, yes.
And I discovered God was introducing me to people and saying, do not do this, do not do that, test me. Will I follow? Yes, I did follow. I met a beautiful lady and it was a nice relationship, but we were too eager and we had both children, didn't work. I also learned how to break her heart, how to break my heart. I need first to go back to be daddy.
Yes, yes.
Not me,
yes.
my daddy.
Yes.
Of being my daddy. The rephrase, being the daddy for my son. And so do not put myself in the first place. First, I'm a father, I'm a single parent.
Yes,
I need to put my son first.
Yes.
Get it in order.
Yes.
And then and start praying and writing down and praying for I want first place a good woman in the house that is being a right mother for my son. That shows what a loving woman is, what a mother is. Next to it, I would like it that is a fine looking, sexy lady. And that I can serve her, can I help her with her career and what she wants to do. And here comes Chichi, my wife was Chichi. And she said, hey, hello, Auke, do you remember me from school? I couldn't remember, I only saw the chat. Who is now? And they said, yeah, I'm this and this, we're from, ooh. If that woman is walking now back into my life, there can only be one, and that is God that is directing her.
Yes, yes.
And then I have a purpose. There's a reason why I need to be with her. And so then I stopped all my flirting, all social media, and everything. I'm just gonna follow.
Yes.
We had one date. She never left again.
Okay.
We're married. All you single ladies, put a ring on the single man. And now yesterday my daughter and our daughter is 2 years old, and we have a beautiful family.
Yes.
Like Alicia Keys sings, a mixed family.
Yes, yes.
And beautiful, sexy lady, intelligent woman that makes me laugh, makes me angry, makes me laugh, loves me. I can love her. And is a great mom to my son, a great mom to the little one.
Yes.
And,
beautiful.
I'm blessed. But it's the whole process of, okay, what I'm trying to figure out myself and where am I not listening? And what is it that I need to start learning?
Yes, yes.
What is it that I want into life? And yes, if you make it, our generation, even the millennium, are afraid to choose. Because if you choose something, it means other options are not more available. And people are afraid to choose, but because by not choosing, none of the options are available. That's the trick the devil plays. You need to step out so you can be in your victory, can be in the blessing, can be the light. You're the light. Let it shine. You can't be the light. I get some light over
No. You
doesn't
cannot
work.
hide the light
Light
on the
needs to
table.
get out.
Yes, true. You also mentioned what I really like that you were open about is that you had like an affection. No, I think that's the right word. Or when people would mention the word marriage.
Yes.
And I also,
disaffection.
Yeah, I also believe that a lot of people have a misconception. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but they have a wrong idea about what marriage is, and also because what the world projects about marriage.
Marriage we learn from TV and the movies is totally romantic and stuff like this, isn't it? Well, when you're married, you see your spouse 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can get a bit bored with your wife or your husband, and having a fight is part of the job. If you get married, it's a scenario for a lot of adventures and a lot of troubles. So buckle up, enjoy the ride. But you also have to work for it. And you have to say goodbye to your single life.
Yes. Because it's like when I watch preachings and I read the Bible and I try to learn for myself about marriage and about relationships and about communication. And they say when you get married, you die to yourself, because it's not your only, you say goodbye to your single life. It's now you are one with that person.
True. Become a parent. The first time you become a parent, the first minute you recognize, and that's where a lot of people mess up. You're not number one anymore. Your child is number one. Then you become a partner in a relationship of if you do it the right way, your first partner relationship and you get a child, sometimes we get a little bit confused. Hey, human. But my wife said to me, "Oh, you're my number one. You're my number one place, and am I your number one?" I said, "No, you're not." Am I not your number one? No, why not? God is my number one.
Amen. Amen.
Our children are number 2 and 3. You are number 4, and I'm number 5. I'm on the bottom. I will carry everything. But God is first, and then we have to take care of our children.
Yes.
Then we take care of each other.
Yes.
Of course, you have to take care of each other, otherwise you can't take care of,
Yes.
of the children.
Yes. Yes.
So, very emotional, for example, was my wife said to me, "If something happens to you, I will never ever marry another man for my life." You ain't gonna do that. If something happens to me for 1 year, how do you call it?
Like take your time.
Take your time.
Yeah.
And after 1 year, you're gonna find the best, most beautiful, sexy guy that you can get your hands on. That will be even a better father to my children and your children, and a better husband than I ever been. Do not go down in sorrow.
Yes. Yes.
Have sorrow, but go live on.
Yes. Yes.
And she was, but
Yes.
I want you to be happy.
Yes.
I do not want to be living from heaven. She
and
said,
she's
no,
suffering.
go out, go have fun.
Yes. Yes. Because her life continues.
Yeah, as long as we live together, we're together.
Yes.
If that do us apart,
yes.
Okay. So, but be a great mom. Keep on being a great mom, but find a good father for our children because they need a good father.
Yes.
Vice versa. I knew from okay, I want to have do this, do that. And first of all, I need to be a father.
Yes.
I need. It's not about me. It's about my son. What do I need for my son? Before I need a wife.
Yes.
But my son needs a good mother role character in his life, in the house. And my wife is definitely the proof that prayers are heard by God and are blessed.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm very irritated and frustrated with my wife and say, okay, God, God, we do not need to know to understand your wisdom. I'm gonna be sorrowing and being mad in the corner of the and enjoy the view. And then, first of all, I need to learn something.
Yes.
And then, okay, be patient.
Yes.
And be lovable. And okay, if I miss my wife, why I don't have fun with my wife? It's my responsibility to make sure she has fun again. And it doesn't mean to pull out the credit card and go shopping. No, make sure bring a flower, do the dishes, clean the toilet.
Yes. Yes.
And have fun. Be a great dad to the children and surprise her and be honest.
Yes. Yes.
Say yes, Lord, yes.
Yes, because it's about serving. This.
True.
Yes, it's about serving.
And you can have a lot of fun doing serving. And you come to places, it's not about you, it's about what you can mean to somebody else.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's powerful. Thank you. What are main keys that you have put into practice to achieve your goals and your dreams?
First, to get clear what my visions are, what my dreams are, and then to understand what are the steps you need to take. I want to be a photographer. Do you have a camera? No. I want to be a journalist. Are you educated as a journalist? No. Where do you get the education? Do you need education? Can you learn it yourself? Yes, you can learn a lot. How do you learn it? Go out, read books, ask people, how do you do this? How do you do that? So many people, we're the instant satisfaction generation. They buy an iPhone, it's a good photo. No, it's a nice photo, but it's not good enough for this or that. Or, yeah, but it's too difficult to do it. No, it's not too difficult. I mean, Jesus walked on water, try that one. I mean, we can swim, still. For example, when I was single, I was, okay, what I'm gonna do, and then I said I saw every concert that it need to be that there's words to be seen, and somebody said, "Hey, come to Paradiso, there's nightclub and stuff like this, and come at 1 o'clock. And I was asking, what do you need to be in the club at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? No, 1 o'clock at night. 1 o'clock at night? I have a little one. Yeah, but it goes into the dawn, brisk of dawn. How do you call it in English? From dusk to dawn. Yeah, but then I'm tired, I'm a bit older, and on Saturday morning there's a young fellow jumping on my bed.
Yes.
Well, Papa, we're going to play this. So I'm not going to do that one. Let me visit all the churches in Southeast. There are a lot of churches in Southeast. And then I started to have a conversation with Corey. And that was also when the whole process came, that I came to give and surrender myself to Jesus.
Yes, yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes,
Sometimes it doesn't fit in the screen. YouTube is not big enough for a testimony.
Yes.
None of the testimonies are in Jesus, but we try.
Yeah.
That's how that came across. Across, also a nice one. It came across.
So your answer to the keys that you use to achieve your goals and your dreams?
Oh yeah, to keep it short. Study the material,
Yes.
figure out what you're good in,
Yes.
and what are your weakest links, make them stronger. You don't need to be the best way possible on your weakest links. Be the best you can on your strongest points.
Yeah.
Discover your where you need to go. If your people around you can't understand you, change the people. If you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. Go out there, go out of your comfort zone.
Yes, yes.
Outside of the boxes where the magic happens.
Yes,
Is how it
yes.
says. Dare to ask Jesus. Dare to how do you call speak about your sins.
Yes.
Dare to say from, well, I love this channel, the biggest archive of nothing. I love that. How we're gonna do this. He will speak to you, and you will learn this and that. And, yeah, but I like a drink. Yeah, everybody likes a drink. But having a drink is not a problem. Having too much drinks, that's the problem.
Yes, 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 yes.
Learn to deal with it. Learn to discover your own demons and cast them out. And do cast them out. But if you do cast them out, make sure Jesus, the Lord, is there to fill up the empty spot. Otherwise you are in deep trouble.
Yes, yes,
And,
yes, true.
Study the word and not only reading the Bible. I came to church and I discovered so many people in church never ever read the Bible.
Yes, yes.
That's the same thing with the manual that I talked about before. Read the Bible.
Yes.
If you only read the Bible, it's difficult to comprehend what is all in there. Go study. Derek Prince, Miles Monroe.
Exactly. Yes. A lot of preachings out there.
Yeah, go on YouTube, but go study and go read. And every morning, every evening, do a bit. And when you say, I have nothing to do, start reading and start following great teachers. And also, very important to me, start studying world history. What is church doesn't mean it's from God. There are different religions, there are different beliefs, and there are different churches. But your God, Jesus Christ, through Jesus Christ, is the truth and the only way. There are a lot of many ways to Jesus. But there's only one way to our Father, and that is Jesus. Study what is happening in the world. Study, also understand that religion was and is used in any form to colonize and enslave people. From the Christian side, from the Islamic side, everything. If something is powerful and you can put tools in it, from it is this and not that, you can control things. Because people will have this and they will go study. What is that? Your relationship with God, your relationship with Jesus is your personal friendship.
Yes, yes.
We go to church to fellowship, we go to church to worship, but the church is you. Your body is your temple.
Yes.
We are the church.
Yes.
And now we're just in the photo studio.
Yes, but it's true. Our body, we are the church.
True.
And it is important, exactly, to have this relationship. It's like being in connection with God, like 24/7.
And that is also, if you talk, I come from I'm a child of a generation that had a lot of problem with the dogmas, the institutions, the religions. So it should be this and this, and people went there with the Bible and thump on their head. You need to believe. Why? Because I say so. That doesn't make sense.
No. Because also the word says where God is, where Jesus is, there is liberty, there's freedom.
Freedom to speech, freedom to feel, freedom to be wrong, freedom to how is the word in English? To confess, I was wrong, sorry.
Yes.
How can I turn around? And but also understand, if you talk about God, a lot of people are processing, rebelling also against religion. There's a difference between God that you are witnessing and tell about, and religion.
Yes.
But also understand why that anger or the frustration is coming from.
Yes.
Look at the news. There's a lot of things that I don't want to do. From all sides and all study and open the book.
Yes.
Open your mind.
Yes.
And open your heart.
Exactly, inderdaad, true. Read the book, study, and pray.
Pray. If you do not know, Jesus, where are you? I need you. Come into my life.
Yes.
I have so much pain to show you. Now I'm gonna. That's somebody's lyric.
Yes. Auke, what advice would you give to our generation of men when it comes to pursuing their purpose?
Discover who you are yourself, and discover also all the lies that are being told to us. You do not need a big car to make an impression. You do not need fancy clothes to make an impression. What does make an impression, make sure it's tailor fit. If you buy at the say now the Walmart or whatever, or second hand, make sure it's clean, make sure it's, and go to the local how do you call it, nail shop, sew shop. Let it be fit, nice. A woman that is dressed up beautifully is a trigger for a man. A man that is walking in clothes that fit is a trigger for the woman. We do attract each other.
Yes.
It is all self-esteem. What is your value? What is your purpose? What is it that you can do? Start doing it. What is it what you love doing? And start doing it.
Yes.
If you do what you love doing, you become good in it. If you become good in it, money will follow.
Yes.
Doesn't mean you become rich in the sense of you can drive a big Merc or a Bijlmer or have the latest iPhone. It makes sure you are, if you be wise and you follow God, you will be able to pay your bills on time. Being able to pay the bills on time is meaning that you're rich. Being able to say to, if I run to Nadira and I see, okay, she needs to hook up, she needs to have a chat, van hey, I'm going to treat you, let's have a coffee.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it needs to be a coffee or something, but hey, I can spend a moment of time with you. I'm going to listen to you. And sometimes that's a lifesaver.
Yes.
That's just what.
Yes.
Somebody's hearing me, somebody's seeing me. Yes, I do see you. I hear you.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm not able to come, and I see you and I hear you. I got big ears. I hear you.
I also believe that being rich is when your soul prospers. So when you have peace of mind. Because I also believe we are so brainwashed by the world to think that being rich, being successful has to do with material things that we have or that we own. But God says it that He's specifically about it, that richness and success comes from the inside out and not from the outside in.
If my son is born in Cameroon, Africa, the mother is Cameroonian, and we were there, and I discovered that a lot of adults, definitely from the family law, it's a very rich family, but very complaining, a lot of complaining, but all the kids, and sorry to say so, but there are house boys and house girls that are used for everything, but they kept being smiling, they kept smiling and having fun, and I took for my small kid crayons, and they loved crayons, and first of all, they're not allowed, of course, the old children, every child is allowed to play with crayons, also of my child, But I saw 20 jerry cans.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, jerry cans, we have some
Mhm.
water around.
Mhm.
I said, okay, let's build a boat. All the children said, a boat? Never thought about that one, but hey, Uncle Auke says something,
Yes.
let's build a boat.
Yes.
Put it in the car, went to the lake.
Yes.
3 days, a lot of fun. We came back and they said, oh, you had a lot of fun,
Mhm,
the adults.
mhm.
And said, did it work? No, halfway it capsized and broke off. We had to swim and stuff. It didn't work, it didn't work. So, yeah, but we had a lot of fun.
Yes.
We
Yes.
build a boat not to get across, we build a boat to have fun. The
Yes.
process of discovering what material do we have,
Mm.
how to figure it. I never
Yes,
went to the Boy
yes.
Scouts, so I had to figure out how to
Yes.
stick.
Yes. Yes.
Go into the water,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
trying to keep your balance,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
flipping over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had so much
yes.
fun. We had a joyful holiday with
Mhm.
even children that were never taken out for holiday.
Ooh.
And that gives,
Mhm, mhm.
puts everything in perspective.
Mhm, mhm.
While the adults were drinking and eating and
Mhm,
shopping and
mhm.
stuff, and only complaining.
Mm.
You say don't grow up is a trap, but the youthfulness is broken down by the world that we live in.
Yes.
But
yes.
you need to do this, and you need to be a star, and you know, if you stand up for your beliefs,
Yes.
it can't be true, and you should.
There is a singer that sings, it sometimes crosses my mind, and it's a very powerful song that he sings. It's de glimlach van een kind doet je beseffen dat je leeft. Am I right?
Definitely, the smile of a child makes you understand you're living.
Yes.
And there is
Yes.
nothing as beautiful,
Mhm.
even how big time
Mhm,
I had
mhm.
in trouble,
Mhm.
and how I'm gonna survive this, and open up the fridge and nothing. And then my son, when he was, and now he's, when I push down his afro, he's a bit like
Yes.
this, but with afro is, but when he was smaller, even under this table,
Mhm, mhm.
and then I just made a sugar omelette, nothing in there, only eggs and
Yes,
sugar.
Yes.
And he was, the smile on his face,
Yes.
from, hey, this is fun.
Yes.
This
yes,
is nice.
Yes.
Or that makes you makes you go through fire
Yes.
and
Because
whatever.
then yes.
That makes you keep on living.
Exactly.
And
yes.
that is
Mhm.
then you discover
Mhm.
God and Jesus is in that smile.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
God is that child on your lap.
Amen.
That God is that you make an emergency stop and you get all the stuff in there
Yes.
because there's a child walking the street.
Yes. Yes.
It is that you stop and start talking to a child from, hey, where do you need to be?
Yes.
And be
Mhm,
guarding and
mhm.
from, hey, there's a small child walking around, nobody there.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I do not trust those.
Yes. Yes.
Where do you need to go, honey?
Mhm, mhm.
Where's your mom? Where's your dad?
Yes. Yes.
I will bring you there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is, a child is the reason that you stop everything.
Yes.
From
Yes.
even the praise,
Mhm, mhm.
even the president's speech. If the
Mhm.
child is there,
Mhm.
let the child be.
Mhm. It's just like Christ said, let the children come to me because
Yeah.
they're so pure.
Even
And I
with
believe-
dirty diapers, then I will change them.
Mhm. Yes.
Aside the track, but
But I
Children are
believe,
pure.
I believe that they are so connected, so
Mhm.
close to God because they are so pure and they are not formed by the world standards and by the opinions of others.
true, yeah.
So I believe, yes, when we look into the eyes of a child, they are so close to God and that we can learn a lot from them.
True, yes.
So Auke,
Yes.
I see here a very beautiful book that you wrote.
With my poems.
And you, me, and our lives.
Yes. And our poems with that I processed all my pains and sorrows,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
but also my love.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
First, you lady, you, how beautiful you are,
Mhm,
your
mhm.
curves, your smile,
Mhm,
your sense,
mhm,
your way of doing.
mhm,
Any man loves to look at a beautiful woman.
mhm,
And it
mhm.
turns, women are beautiful. But
Yes,
so many.
yes,
Hey, God made them
yes. Did
out
you-
of us. So beautiful.
Mhm, mhm,
And then came me,
mhm,
I.
mhm,
Okay, where's my pain? Where's my mess up? Where's
Mhm.
my sorrows? Where can I do better? Where's my position?
mhm,
I started to open up to give closure to a lot of pain
mhm, mhm,
and
mhm.
also to move on. And say,
Yes.
okay, that's
Mhm.
okay. And then comes us, our life. Where are we in society?
Yes, yes. Would you like to share one of those poems with us?
Only one? Two.
Well, you can share two if you want to.
Well, I have two English
Yes.
poems,
Mhm.
and I have a glass of water. So,
I just had to laugh because you were mentioning about how beautiful, well, the woman is, And I don't know if you have seen that sermon of Miles Monroe where he talks about how God formed the man and how God formed the woman, how God took a rib from Adam to create Eve, and how he shows it. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's a very, very, very fun one.
Well, Miles Monroe is fun. Was fun, but his sermons are still on YouTube. It's fun. I did not see that one.
I will send
But
it to you.
what is a really great one, the first marriage. That man should not be alone. But who's that man? The one who put God first, has a job, has a purpose. That man should not be alone. If you're standing on the street corner and say, hey, man,
that man should be alone.
You're not that man.
Exactly.
That man should not be alone.
Yes, the man that walks in his purpose.
True.
That's the man.
Same thing for the woman. A woman that is being attractive, attractive doesn't mean she needs to be slim or this, but the most beautiful she can be and is, and be supportive and be brave and powerful. That is the woman that man should stand side to.
Yeah, she's connected to be to help the partner. Because I believe God creates a man with a purpose and a woman with purpose, so together they can walk out the purpose that God has for their lives.
True. And you can't have only one. In Dutch you say he has two left hands, and that means he's clumsy.
Yes.
But doesn't mean that if you have two right hands that you're not clumsy. You can do a lot better with right hand if you're a right-handed, but you need a left hand and a right hand, because otherwise the tool can't be given to the right hand.
Yes. Yes.
Or if the right hand burns himself to the pancake or something, the left hand.
So let's go to your poems.
Well, I have here a poem, 10 cents. Do you have 10 cents for me? I sent you a ticket.
Yes.
10 cents. 10 cents for written romance. 10 cents for logic in nonsense. 10 cents for words. Asking you to dance. Go dance now. No explanation. If you have to explain art, the art failed. If you have to explain music, the music failed. If you had sex and need to explain you were making love, well, you we censored that one.
I have to buy the book.
So you're gonna buy the book?
Yes, I'm gonna buy the book.
That's my wife.
Yes, I wanted to ask
And the
you.
picture's taking
lady.
that's my wife Oshichi, and she's from Aruba in Nigeria, born and raised in Amsterdam. And there's something special. The first time I met her, I knew that is becoming a very good wife. I did not know that would be my wife. Somehow God always speaks to you.
Yeah.
Okay, but now the business.
Yes.
Nadira,
Where can people buy your book?
at bol.com. We deliver all around the world.
Yes.
Go to my site and you can order directly with me. We also send.
Yes. And what's your site?
Auke VanderHoek.com. Auke
VanderHoek.com. I'm gonna write it all down here.
Yes, or is it the other way around? If it's,
Yes.
or just bump into me and say, Auke, pass me a book and pay me, and you got it.
So, is there a last word that you have for the man and woman of purpose out there?
Smile. Smile to your enemies, smile to your friends. Make smile confuses people and confuses and messes up the how do you call it? The guy from the other kingdom. Smile.
Yes.
That's the word. Smile.
Smile.
And the other two words is thank God.
Thank you.
Literally, thank God.
You. Auke, thank you very much
You're
for
welcome.
being part of the show for today.
Thank you.
So everybody, I want to thank you all for watching the first Man of Purpose interview. I had a really nice, fun time with Auke VanderHoek. I hope you also have enjoyed and have been inspired and motivated to step out your purpose and to do what God has called you to do, because we all have a calling on our life. You never know what meaning, what a blessing you can be to your neighbor, to the bus driver. So you got to step out and walk out in your purpose. So I'm going to write all the information of Auke down so you can get his book. And if you have a comment, if you have any question that you want to know about Auke or about Men of Purpose interviews, drop a comment. And thumbs up if you have been inspired by the interview, and subscribe to stay up to date. And then I want to say thank you, and then I'll see you all till the next interview. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao ciao.